Warnings in southwest Arkansas, also a part of central Arkansas, Jefferson County under severe thunderstorm warning. But it looks like we're finally beginning to see the end of this event.
Yes, pretty much the last line of storms is moving through Little Rock at this time. So once this passes through the metro, we're done with the threat of storms and severe weather. And really, the tornado watch has been taken out for a large part of central Arkansas. We'll show you that in just 1 second. But pretty much if you're watching us to the west of Little Rock and Conway, Clinton, those areas, you can go to bed. You're done with the threat of severe weather. The last line of storms, which still could be strong, possibly severe, continues to march its way to the east. Now, with that said, Tom, we just took a look at where the best wind energy with these storms is located right now. It's moving out of Arkansas, but it's still in Kentucky, in Tennessee. They have a long night ahead of them, but things are starting to quiet down and wind down somewhat for us here in the natural state.
One thing I want to mention is that everything began and initialized here in central Arkansas earlier this afternoon. We've had a long track supercell thunderstorm that produced tornadoes in Arkansas and then Tennessee and Kentucky, and it's still going. Very impressive from the standpoint of being on the ground this long.
It was that cell, that storm that developed around 4:30 right over Little Rock. If you were watching the cloud base around that time, it was a very low cloud base. It had a lot of heavy rain and it rapidly moved off to the north and northeast. That was the cell that went tornadic and produced that devastating tornado in Monette, Arkansas, Mississippi County, and it continued to travel its way into Kentucky and hit the town of Benton. So this was a long-lived supercell. We knew that was certainly going to be a possibility out there this evening, and unfortunately, it came to fruition.
And if you look at the very top of your screen, the northeast part of your screen, that's the supercell we're talking about. It's still going. And we've been watching social media. There are folks reporting that this could be the longest tracked tornado being on the ground through 4 states in over 90 years. So we'll see. We'll see if it in fact is. But
yeah, we can go back and we can take a look at the composite radar and really show how that really developed. So let's go back, 4 hours and see how it all evolved, because it's just a very impressive event with that one supercell that made its way from Little Rock and then traveled all the way up into Kentucky now and still is holding its own. So there it is when it was moving through, just hit Monette around 7:46, and you can clearly see, just track it along with us here, it continued to make its way into western Kentucky. Then it made its way over towards Benton, and still that hook echo, that classic hook echo, clearly says the story, and it was not a good one, and there's still a considerable damaging tornado moving through that part of Kentucky. But here in Arkansas, because that's why people are really tuned in, we are seeing things start to quiet down in some parts of the area. So at this time, here are the severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. We've got still a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Jefferson County, into Hempstead County, and also Nevada County. And it's going to be these locations to the south and east of this area that you still have to watch out for the potential of some strong, possibly severe thunderstorms. These warnings, that means the storm could produce some damaging wind gusts, 50, maybe as high as 60 miles per hour, hail the size of quarters. Looking at the one zoomed in here over Jefferson County, Pine Bluff, it's raining very hard. You got lightning, you got thunder. Let's take a look at the winds to see if anything stands out right there. I'm not seeing any really, really high winds, but also have to watch out for, maybe some rotation trying to develop, as this is one lone cell, so we have to watch out for it. In Jefferson County, this is moving towards Arkansas County and extreme northern parts of Lincoln County. And you get that little appendage there, Tom, so we have to watch out for that one. And then we still have more cells right along Interstate 30 from Arkadelphia all the way down through Texarkana.
So what part of the reason we came on here was to also let folks know that, yes, some of you can go ahead and go to bed. And first of all, putting that into motion, let me get through the radar and I will show you the timeline. If I'd have it past it, I guess I passed it. Maybe I did. Well, either way, what we're talking about here is that if you are from, let's say, Hot Springs to Conway, Russellville, okay. It was up front.
Radar was a little bit
there you go.
more in the sequence, but
this has been updated, and where we have that dash line that's extending from Texarkana to Hot Springs, Batesville, you're all clear. Things are good. You can go to bed. Hopefully get a good night's sleep. Still a couple of more hours in central Arkansas from, let's say, the Arkadelphia area through Little Rock, Searcy, up to Jonesboro. And then, unfortunately, southeast Arkansas, that does include El Dorado, possibly Pine Bluff and Stuttgart, DeWitt, McGee. It's going to be now through 5 o'clock in the morning. The storms are still going to affect you. There has been a gradual weakening trend, except for a couple that are pulsing up and down with severe thunderstorm warnings. But we hope that in terms of the tornado warnings, let's hope that we're beginning to see the end of this thing.
Yes, absolutely. There's still some wind energy in place, so we can never rule it out. But I think the potential of a strong tornado is starting to be taken off the table. Still, a brief, weak tornado is possible, but the strong tornado possibility is moving off to the northeast and east into Tennessee and Kentucky, along with that jet energy. So here's the breakdown once again. We're going to go county by county to let you know who's safe and who still needs to stay weather aware.
All right.
But I would say, really, looking at the radar, the current radar, we got Sevier County, Little River County, Howard, Pike, Montgomery, Polk, Garland, Perry, Yell, Scott, Logan, Johnson, Pope, Conway, Van Buren, Searcy, Newton, Stone, Cleburne counties, and also Faulkner counties, all clear at this time. We're done with the chance of showers and storms for the most part. There could still be a few showers as the actual cold front moves through, because the cold front's still off to the west, but the convection, the storms ahead of the cold front, that's this final line moving through the metro at this time. So Pulaski County, Saline County, White County still have about 30 minutes to an hour before we can give it the all clear. You're not under a tornado watch, but still could see some storms that try to produce some damaging wind gusts. Cannot rule that out. And it's really going to be, like you said, southeast Arkansas. Right. You saw the tornado watch. You see the counties shaded in the yellow. And we can call out those counties too, Tom.
Right. So let's go ahead and give you those. And you have that graphic one more time. Roger, go ahead and pull it up for me if you don't mind. And we'll give those, okay? In our viewing area, we're talking about, and I got to step up close. You know, folks, the older you get, you can't see so far away anymore. You've got Jefferson County, Cleveland, Lincoln, Arkansas, Monroe, St. Francis, Lee, Phillips, DeShade, Drew, Bradley, Washita, Calhoun, Nevada, Miller, Lafayette, Columbia, Union, Ashley, and Chico counties. So all of our southern and southeastern Arkansas counties will have to stay with this tornado watch until 5 o'clock. Now, depending on the speed of the line, if we can somehow get it out of here in the next couple of 3 hours, that would really help. And that line is currently running from near Pocahontas through Little Rock southward into around Arkadelphia and Louisville, Arkansas. And it continues to move to the southeast, the line itself. The individual cells are moving along to the east-northeast.
Yeah, so this is the final line. This is the final round of showers and storms that we're going to see here in central Arkansas moving through those areas right now. So we're still seeing some heavy rain lined up through Independence County, Lawrence County, that will be moving into Jackson County. Not severe, but heavy rain. We need the rain. We got the rain in many spots. Some rain, a little too much for some folks. We did have some flash flooding in Cabot earlier this afternoon. Still seeing some lightning and thunder through Bald Knob, Searcy, Gardner. That's not severe, but once that moves through, you're done. So once this last bit of rain exits White County and Independence County, you're done with the threat of severe weather and pretty much rain. Still seeing the potential of rain into Lonoke County, Prairie County, and then here's that final line, Pulaski County, Jacksonville, Little Rock, all the way down through Benton, Haskell, Malvern, into Hot Spring County. We got Arkadelphia, Gurdon, so just a band of heavy rain with some lightning and thunder. None of this is severe until you get down into Nevada County, very close to Roston and Bluff City, Prescott, and that'll be moving into Ouachita County. But this is going to be the area we're going to have to watch for the rest of the night. So what you see on your screen right now, this is the area that Chief Meteorologist Tom Brannon will be still monitoring very closely, because you folks have not seen anything all night long. So therefore, your atmosphere is still very unstable, and these storms are still strong to the west. There is a potential that these storms could remain strong or intensify in that part of the state. So if you're watching us in Camden, Hampton, Fordyce, Monticello, Star City, Warren, Crossit, Lake Village, McGee, Dumas, those areas, make sure that you have several ways of getting notified just in case. We don't want to scare you, but just in case there's a tornado warning issued, be prepared to take action in the middle of the night. It could be 2, 3 o'clock in the morning that these storms make their way into your neck of the woods.
Yeah, but the good news is we've seen it come to an end, and we will, as that line moves through your area, it'll be time for you to relax and go to bed. We just have those heavy thunderstorms, strong thunderstorms, severe thunderstorms actually in Jefferson County, and there's also a new severe thunderstorm warning in extreme southwest Arkansas that's south of Texarkana. This is the hotspot area over the next couple of 3 hours. But again, good news if you live up and around, let's say Searcy, give it another 30 minutes, 45 minutes. In the Little Rock area, the activity is moving through currently. We got some heavy rain out here, and we did have flash flooding. We had flash flood warnings because the supercells trained over the same place this afternoon, and these supercells really fed off the environment. It was conducive for the development of tornadoes, and I think tomorrow when the National Weather Service does their surveying, they may find a few more tracks that we weren't able to see tonight. You know, the one thing that these warnings and these tornadoes that happen at night, you can't see them coming at you, so it's very important to make sure you have the methods, the phone, your NOAA weather radio, ways to get severe weather. Let's talk about that for a moment.
Yeah, so this is what we were talking about earlier of that supercell that hit Monette, Arkansas, that moved into Kentucky. Follow along with us here. Sure thing. I'm just going to put it into motion, and you see it's just a very weak shower. But if you were out 4 o'clock this afternoon, that was a fast-moving system. Once the sun started to show behind the storm, you could see how low the clouds were to the ground. And I looked at that and I was like, this one's going to be trouble. I thought it was going to start to rotate by the time it got to White County. I tweeted out about it. I'll let people in White County, Woodruff County know, also Jackson County. But then there it is. That's when it started to really show rotation around 6 o'clock, and then it made its way right through just to the south of Jonesboro, and then over Monette in Mississippi County, where they did see some devastating damage. And look at it, it just continues to hold that hook echo shape through Hickman, Mayfield, Benton, and then eventually in Princeton. And it still is holding that shape. There could still be a tornado right now into central Kentucky. So that's about 3-4 hours that this one storm possibly produced a very serious and large tornado for several, possibly 100 to 200 miles, Tom. They're going to go look at it. National Weather Service around that part of the nation will take a look and see if that storm was on the ground for that long a period of time. If so, it could be historic. Yeah.
It's 11:44, about to turn 11:45. We wanted to give you this quick update, and I want to thank Nathan for hanging out today. By the way, he's off today right now. He had the day off, and he came in, and I'm glad he did. Glad Scott Colbert came in. We wanted to make sure that you at home are safe, and I'll be around. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to let him go. He's worked hard today. Thanks for coming in. So,
well, we're a team here, you know. Yeah. I'm not going to stay home and be like, oh,
no, and I
sorry that he has to work and be by himself.
No, he's not going to do that. I said, I guess I'll see you later today, won't I? And he goes, yep. And he's here. So we're real appreciative of the folks here at THV 11 that stood by. We got a lot of behind-the-scenes folks that are helping keep you safe as well. So with that, we're going to wrap this one up, and I will be back after midnight. If we have a tornado warning, I'll jump on, but things are beginning to settle down, and we're going to shift our focus now to parts of southeast Arkansas, and we will be joining you again very shortly. So have a great evening, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching.